And it is South Africa Tonight on this Thursday evening, and we're talking a bit of road rage, Jeremy. Have you ever done anything violent aimed at another motorist?
All right, you're deliberately putting me on the spot.
Yes, I am.
Not deliberately violent, but let's be quite honest, and this is an admission that I think all of us can make. There are times, because I don't think we're good drivers in South Africa, and our next guest, Wayne MINNAAR from the Johannesburg Metro Police, will attest to that, I think, but we have all felt the need. And yes, I have gesticulated, I have put my finger on the horn, I have wound down the window and had words, I'm sure I have.
But you don't throw
sworn,
things, right?
But I have not thrown things, and that's a real problem. And this is the story we're going to look at. A minibus taxi driver throwing a brick at another vehicle today here in Johannesburg is arrested. Let me give you the background. In fact, let me not give you the background. Let's go straight to Wayne MINNAAR. This happened on the busy Corlett Drive here in Johannesburg. Tell us what happened.
Yes, from what we saw in the video is that this taxi driver with a brick in his hand really banging on the window of another vehicle, and then the vehicle actually closing the window and pulling off as the other traffic then started moving. And then what he did was he threw the brick at this white VW, what looked like a combi. And that kind of behavior is really not acceptable. That is an extreme account of road rage.
So the driver has been arrested?
Yes, the taxi driver has been arrested, fortunately.
What charges does he face?
He'll be facing malicious damage to property and also assault, depending also on the driver of the other vehicle, because we need him to come forward now. We need him to go to the Norwood police station to give a statement, because what we've seen in the video is that he actually, there was a confrontation between the taxi driver and the driver of the
Do we know who started it?
No, that we don't know at this stage. So that will have to be investigated. But what we're also thankful for is the person who took the video. Because if it wasn't for the taking of the video and posting it on social media, we wouldn't have known about the incident.
We jump too often in this country to blame taxi drivers, and all too often with good cause. But let's not jump the gun here, is that conceivably this could have been started by the other driver. We don't know that at this point.
You see, what is important is that when you're on the road, really take it easy. Remember that we have to share the road with everyone else on the road. But if it comes to wanting to vent your anger towards another driver, that's not a good thing.
But Wayne MINNAAR, sometimes too much is too much. I drive to work every morning, and I am, and many other motorists, on the right side of the road, minding our own business, and coming down the wrong side of the road will either be a taxi or another vehicle trying to cut in. It is difficult. You will concede not to lose your temper. Why do we have such a road rage problem in this country? How do we deal with it? How are your officers trained to deal with it?
Well, the officers are trained to take action against an offender by issuing a traffic fine. If it's very serious, like reckless or drunken driving, then the person has to be arrested. But not for anyone to take the law into their own hands. In this instance, when the chief of JMPD, David Tembe, saw the video, he was very angry and gave an instruction for that driver to be arrested within 24 hours. And indeed, by 3 p.m., the driver was arrested. And we must also thank the Taxi Association, because we were able to trace the driver to the Alexandra Taxi Association. And the Taxi Association pointed out the driver.
What did he say?
He gave his full cooperation. I mean, there was too much to show.
I was going to say, I suppose he had no choice once he'd seen the video. Yeah. Yuveka, maybe let's bring you into this conversation. I wonder, when you took your license, not too long ago, you do have a license.
I do have a license.
Just as well, eh? Wayne's there with his notebook. Were you taught about road etiquette? Is enough done in that respect, I wonder?
Yes, I think it's adequate. But you see, when you've got your license and when you're on the road, remember, the authorities are there to take action. If you're driving and someone makes you angry, turn on the radio and listen to the music. Don't try to take action, because we have had nasty incidents, we've had assault, we've had attempted murder, we've even had murder because of road rage.
I mean, the reality is we're too angry on the road, aren't we?
We are too angry, and I think it's the pressure. I think our stresses have changed, Jeremy, from when you and I took our licenses. All we worried about was doing the poles and parallel parking and not turning in the face of oncoming traffic. But there are more cars on the roads now. There are more people on the roads, and people are stressed.
Yeah, but you've got park assist, so it's easy, though.
Says who?
Quick other question. Am I correct in saying you had a scholar transport operation today?
Yes.
There's worry not only in Johannesburg but around the country about the roadworthiness and I guess the legality of scholar transport. Why did you do this and what did you achieve?
First of all, the safety of the scholars is paramount. And indeed, on the first day of school, that is where our focus was. And there were 5 vehicles which had to be impounded because of the vehicles being unroadworthy and unlicensed, which cannot be allowed to transport innocent children to school. That cannot be. So, yes, we've got the Scholar Patrol operation, which will continue, and we will have to take action against those vehicles which are not roadworthy.
Go on, Wayne MINNAAR, tell us, have you ever lost your temper on the road?
I'd really tried not to, but being in law enforcement, I know truly the consequences of taking the law into my own hands, and I won't do that.
Yeah, it's a good answer, but you've also got the cap and the uniform as well, haven't you?
Indeed, it's nice to have the cap.
All right, Wayne MINNAAR, thank you very much.